Yeah, 200 plus. And possibly when you want to, yeah. So apparently now we can live 200 plus or more years old. And this is how every cell in our body has the same DNA, apparently, because of mitosis, but they each are different because the genes in the cell are either turned on or off. Now, I'm not a geneticist or a doctor, you know what I mean? I did stay at a Holiday Inn last night, and I do play one on TV though. So he's gonna roll with me now. We'll put that out now. I'm giving y'all what I know now. With the information I got, and I'm gonna break it down to y'all best way I know. You know what I mean? Okay. So boom, like I said, every cell in your body has the same DNA because of mitosis, but they each are different because of the genes in the cell, are either on or off. So inside the cell, they have multiple genes. Some of them are turned on, some of them are turned off. That determines how each cell works, which are the differences in everybody, basically. Right? We tracking, right? You with me? Mm-hmm. Okay. Which makes them different from each other. Some genes are closed by molecules. Others are open, working, and creating RNA copies of that gene and turning it into protein. As we get older, the body gets damaged from what we eat, alcohol, drugs, radiation, just stuff we do in our life, how we tear our body up, basically. Yeah. So, and the cell, as this happens, the cells are constantly fixing themselves because the body, of course, is designed to fix itself and heal itself. But when that happens, those off and on switches in those cells get moved around. And when they get moved around, some of them go to the wrong genes, or go to the wrong places, and the wrong genes get turned on. And the right ones get turned off in this process. That's what causes your body to start aging when that happens. So, yeah, it's crazy. It's wild, right? Yeah. I was like, man, that makes sense too. Yeah. So, which is why people live longer back in the day, et cetera, and all that. With all this pollution, they weren't eating the stuff we eating. Diet was different, all of that. You know what I'm saying? All that stuff. That's why you see stuff when people live to this age, that age, you be like, damn. Or somebody out in India somewhere in the mountains out there or something live to 150. Right. And you like, how they do that? Yeah, and they still climbing mountains and running marathons and stuff. Yeah. Right. All that stuff contribute. Environment, diet, all that stuff contributes to it. But okay. So okay, boom, won't stop, then working. Turn out the right one, then turn off, cell stop working right. What essentially seems like it's breaking down. Okay. And once enough cells have epigenetic errors, then you start losing eyesight, hearing, getting wrinkles, aging. Right? So, who's this? Shania Yamuna. I'm trying to say that name right, but you can look it up. In 2006, proved that he could take 4 proteins and put them on a cell, and they would move all of the epigenetic markers to make that cell into a stem cell, which can be turned into any other cell in the body. So he did that in 2006, and he won a Nobel Prize for that. So he basically take 4 proteins and turn a cell into a stem cell, and now it turns to any other cell in the body. Right? So in 2016, another scientist published a paper saying instead of putting a lot of the 4 proteins on a cell, you could put a little bit in the cell. And by doing that, instead of resetting all those molecule markers and making that cell back into a stem cell, it would actually just move the markers back to where they were supposed to be originally, which will make it a young cell essentially, again, and slow down aging. They've already done it to cure blindness and other injuries they've been trying to cure, or illnesses they've been trying to cure, you doing this process and doing this. And they've also done it in mice already, and they've had a mice age what would be 250 years old. What else? They did it in monkeys, and they had the monkeys. So they did it in the monkeys they immediately lost wrinkles. Wow. They applied it to the retinal cells in the eye and reversed blindness in some people. So now they're in labs working on a drink or a pill or something we can take on the regular into our cells and resell. Oh, Lord. So I don't know how much this pill or drink gonna be. you know it ain't gonna be cheap. I tell you that. And you know how it go.
They coming to get it.
we'll get access to that. Well, we probably don't get access to that till way last.
Right.
Which you know how I go, they probably already got it out and probably been doing it. But this is what's going on, people. So apparently now we can live to 250 years or more. It's happening. The time is now. Oh, well, I guess the time is forever, I guess. It ain't just now. Hey, another 200 years, baby, you in there. Hey, another 200.
Wow.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, that's crazy.
That's good news, though.
Yeah. If you're scared of dying, definitely good news. It's definitely good news. If it sucks to be you, then it's not good news.
Oh, yeah, really. It's a long time.
Hey, I'm just saying. Wow. I'm just saying. Goddamn jacket off. Getting to the reels over here. All right. Now, let's get into some cash. Go cash. Cash. We ain't getting no cash yet. Oh, I'm still on this. Hold up. Hold the phone. Remember when I told y'all about the law that they have that to keep invention secret, right? Remember I told y'all about that? And everybody was like, damn, wow, yeah. Which is why you should never patent your idea, because when you patent it, you gotta divulge all the information about it, which is why Coca-Cola has never patented Coca-Cola, because then you have to give the formula. And then somebody can replicate it because they got access to the formula. So that's why you should never patent your ideas, because now you gotta give all the information in your ideas, make it public information or whatever. So now somebody can copy it and then change one or two things, and that's how I say it's theirs. And now you got to fight in court over this. And we all know big bank take little bank. So if I'm a big company or a big corporation and I want to take your invention, all I gotta do is take you to court, take it, and then you're gonna take me to court. But I'm gonna outlast you because I'm gonna keep you in continuances. And I got billions of dollars. Yeah, you don't got time. First of all, you got to spend time and money to go to court and pay lawyers. Eventually, you're gonna be running out of money. So that's the game they play, and they know that. You know what I'm saying? A guy, shout out to him, he was on the podcast, a brother. He explained all this, broke all this down. Talk about this too, how you get around that, which is trade secrets. All right, what is trade secrets? That's how you get around that. That's why you don't patent your idea, you use trade secrets. Now I'm gonna break that down and tell y'all what that is. Shout out to the brother. Trade secrets are confidential, commercially valuable information such as formulas, methods, or customer lists that provide a competitive edge because they are not generally known. They are protected under the Uniform Trade Secrets Act, state level, and the Defend Trade Secrets Act, federal level, lasting indefinitely as long as reasonable security measures keep them secret. Key benefits include immediate protection without registration costs, no public disclosure, and potentially perpetual duration. Types of trade secrets. Trade secrets can cover a wide range of information, often categorized as technical data, manufacturing process, techniques, computer algorithms, software codes, designs, and blueprints. Commercial information, customer lists, supplier lists, marketing strategies, pricing structures, and business plans. Formula recipes, specific undisclosed formulas. Like I said, Coca-Cola didn't patent it because they ain't disclosing that formula, because you ain't getting that. You mess with my money now, you trying to get my formula. That's why Pepsi don't taste like Coke. It look like it, but it don't taste like it. Right. Duration of the process. Trade secrets last indefinitely as long as they remain secret. Protection is lost if the information is indefinitely discovered, reverse engineered, or becomes public knowledge. Benefits of trade secrets. No registration fees. Unlike patents, they do not require filing fees or legal costs to register. Immediate protection. They are protected as soon as they are created, provided reasonable steps taken to keep them confidential. So trade secrets is the way. If you got an invention and you don't patent it, use trade secrets. That's how you do that. If you patent it, they're gonna snatch it, they're gonna suppress you, they're gonna snatch you and shelf you, or maybe even worse. So hey, I ain't getting into that, but you know what I mean. So don't stop being creative now. You got to still create now. You can't let them suppress you now. You got to still do your thing now. But if you don't want them to snatch it, that's what you do. You don't patent it. You do trade secrets. Come on now. No straight, no chase, gonna let you know the deal, baby. Shout out to the brother too for putting that out.